Race number 10, strong finish to the programme. It's a Class 2 over the 1,200 metres. We finish off on the turf as well. House of Fun down in class, up in trip, third behind Premier last time out. Fabulous one, a big race at a big price behind Premier himself. Pawlowski, all 4 wins on the all-weather so far. Key Witness beaten a nose by Verbinski last start. California Fortune gets very impressive. He goes up in class. Seven Heavens makes his debut. And down to Wonderful Journey. 3-time winner at the trip. They've all been at Happy Valley. He's come up with barrier 12. So we've made our way back to the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map and the key races here. Loads of pace here, John. Pawlowski, he'll jump, he'll run, and he might well hold on for a fair while.
Yeah, he's got a very nice light racing weight as well, and he does like to go forward, but he can just sit off the pace as well. Fabulous One, of course, has got speed to burn, this fella, in the early stages, so he's going to be one that will be pretty tough to catch as well. California Fortune, he's been showing terrific pace in his races too. The interesting one for me, though, is House of Fun, who should get a lovely run. He's going to be favourite for this race, but with all that speed happening up front, Joe can just take a sit, get him on the rail, and he's got loads of back class.
Seven Heavens, the debutant, very interesting one himself, Paul.
Well, another Frankel, isn't he? So
yeah.
We've got a few of the Frankels showing here, yet to win in Hong Kong. This horses, though, from California Fortune, Matthew Chadwick aboard, very impressive at his last start, wasn't he? He's barrier 2, but he'll get taken on, there's no doubt, as you mentioned, there's plenty of pace. Here he is, the Frankel, he's the one closest to us, Seven Heavens. He's called Seven Heavens, so he's keen, and he's had plenty of work leading into his debut run. So he is quite forward, and Momentum Lucky. He just runs quite good races. This horse, he's always sort of in the vanguard. He should get a nice run behind the strong pace as well. So there's nothing wrong with him. You can see he's nice and relaxed as he comes down.
All right, okay, we'll come back to him in a second, but let's have a look at a few of them in action. Starting off with may well be the key form race, but this is over 1,000 metres, and this is Fabulous One. Actually finishes closest to the winner, whose Premier finishes in second place, but we've got our race favourite here in House of Fun, and the other one being a big closer in My Little Friend.
Well, this was Fabulous One's best run of the campaign so far. I've been a little bit disappointing in some of his races prior to this, but he stuck on well down the straight 1,000. House of Fun, though, he runs pretty well, whichever distance you put in front of him, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400. He's a regular winner at 1,200. And Premier, of course, up the inside rail. Well, he's one of the top sprinters now in Hong Kong, so it's no disgrace for these two to be second and third, respectively, behind him. My Little Friend, I've got a slight concern about over 1,200.
Yeah, he's Aurora, so sort of the 1,000's been the right distance for him. But that was a class race. This is a handicap. I mean, these two should be sort of right up close to winning, I think.
Yeah, I think, as you said, House of Fun getting that suck run in behind the speed might be the key, and he has come up as our early favourite at this stage. Others to consider, though, starting off with Key Witness. This is a massive run, wide out on the track, flashed home, only just failed to get there behind Verbinski. A nose was the margin between the two. Got Pawlowski down here on the rail, the grey. The other one's being Momentum Lucky, just on his inside. We've got Wonderful Journey in there as well. And Perpetual Joyance, even, who's been racing a great heart this season. Yeah,
he has. He's had a pretty good campaign. But the interesting ones for me here, Pawlowski, just 115 pounds on his back, whereas he's been carrying much more than that in his races so far, and he sticks on really well here. Key Witness comes from another postcode here, and he's actually got previous to doing this season as well, because he did it back in December as well. So it wasn't really a fluke. He fluffed the start as well here. I mean, it was a tremendous run, really. It's a question of whether he can repeat, but I don't see why he can't go pretty well with Dylan Moore once again, taking off the £7. So it was an interesting race.
I like the way Momentum Lucky stuck on there too in the green. He's 115 pounds as well, and he's coming in with a real light weight with a low barrier draw.
Lovely gate speed as well. Momentum Lucky. He's one of those horses you can put just about anywhere in the race because he gets out of the gates quickly.
Yeah. All right, very little between them on that occasion. Here's the debutant in Seven Heavens, raced under the same name in the UK. John Gosden had him there as a 2-time winner, but ran some good races. In some good races, free handicap being one of them.
Yep, he was 7th in that, and then he ran 3rd and 2nd in a couple of listed races subsequently before shipping out to here. Obviously, he's by Frankel, got a few of these now racing in Hong Kong. For me, he's an interesting contender, but gate 11 is going to be tricky, and I just think with his breeding, he's out of a mare by Pivotal as well. I think he's going to probably make up into a better sort of miler plus, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, longer than this anyway. So right. I think... I'll be watching him in this particular race, see how he runs. He has got that awkward draw as well. I think that there's some class horses in this race.
Yeah, I think he's a nice horse, but it's a really strong race to start things off with, including this horse, California Fortune, who's been very impressive when winning from the front. Can he do it again? His jockey, Matthew Chadwick.
Matthew, California Fortune, that was an impressive win last time.
Yeah, I think he surprised a few of us. We knew he was a nice little horse. The way he won really showed that he's got some more potential than we probably thought.
What caused him to run off or to shy over the concluding stages in that race?
Just about the 50 metres mark, there was a photographer on the big old weather track, so he was left alone in front and he was doing it quite easily, so he just was looking around a bit and he just got a bit of a spook from him.
You've ridden him in his work since then. How's he come out of that race?
He looks after himself very well. He's come out better, if not the same. So he's up in grade this time, so it's a stern test this time.
There looks to be a lot of pace in the race as well. Does he have to lead, or would you be happy to take a sit behind them if need be?
I think the way he won last start, leading would be the best option for him. I don't think it is completely necessary. Like I said, he looks after himself. He's well mannered and his demeanour is very, very nice and his character is very calm. So I would expect if he has to, he probably could come back and sit off him. But the way he won last time, as I said, most likely that we'll see if we could get an easy lead up front first.
He's still pretty lightly raced here in Hong Kong. How much upside do you think he has?
Well, off the last run, hopefully, as I said, more than we expected, more than we thought. So hopefully all things looking up.
He's a very nice horse, but that's the question. Does he have to lead, and can he come from off the pace?
Well, he has looked good leading, hasn't he? That's the question mark. He will get taken on, so we'll know the answer tomorrow.
Yeah.
See if he is a one-trick pony or not. I've stuck him in for fourth just to keep him safe.
I've got him in for fourth as well. Pavlovsky's quick, Fabulous One's even quicker. So he's going to find it tough to lead, but I still think he's a promising type.
He won that with his ears pricked, though. He's clearly got an engine, so he's in. But who wins, Paul?
Well, class, I think. I mean, you got these group horses that they're coming down into a handicap. So I'm going to go with even though that Group 3 is a handicap, but up to 1200. Really like House of Fun. He's the favourite. He'll start odds on if a few favourites have won during the afternoon. The one in between, Momentum Lucky, $15 chance. As John said, he can put him anywhere in the race, and he should get a really nice trail in behind. Fabulous One just is going to have to work that little bit extra, but again, he's a class horse, so he's got to go in there as well. And then California Fortune on the pace there, I'll put him in for fourth. I went in 1, 11, 2 and 9, but I'll go QQPs 1, 2 and 11.
Yeah, I quite like House of Fun in this race as well. He's going to be tough to beat with the way the race is run, all that speed, and he's got loads of class. And he's been a little bit of an unlucky horse this season as well. Pavlovsky is as honest as the day is long. He's got a lovely light racing weight. He doesn't necessarily have to get drawn into the speed battle. He could sit second or third, and I think he has every chance that he'll battle on hard, and he'll definitely give you a good run for your money, certainly on a place line. Key Witness, he's a bit of an enigma, but if they go hard out in front, wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world if he clatters home like he has been doing fairly regularly recently. And California Fortune, I think he's definitely on the way up. This is obviously his toughest task to date, but it wouldn't be a huge surprise if he's not too far away from being up to it. I think the QQP, though, House of Fun and Pavlovsky there, is a pretty good way to go. All
right, it's a full house for House of Fun. I'm with him as well. Don't forget about HK Direct on the website as well. Tom Biddington for the South China Morning Post joining Ed Sadler for their view on that final event too. All right, into the stats. Who do we have this week? Francis Loy is the man we're focusing in on, Paul. Yeah,
we'll just have a look at his last 5 meetings, Francis Loy, and you can see he's got a really good strike rate there of 32%, 19 runners in total. He's had 6 wins, a couple of seconds and a couple of thirds, so he's a trainer in really good form at the moment over this small period that we're taking the analysis from. He's got a couple of good chances again. I think Ray's Call is one of the best. He steps up to 1400 metres. It's going to really suit him, and he did have excuses in his last couple of starts and has caught the eye over 1,000, so he's definitely one to watch from the Francis Loy stable.
Excellent. All right, you're certainly in for me. Best bets and long shots, what have we got?
Well, for the best bet, I'm going to go early on. I'm going to go in race number 1, and that's going to be Refined Treasure. He got knocked over last start, and just as he was coming into the race, and I think he can make his amends in this one. Long shot is going to be All Great Friends, straight to the front, and Catch Me If You Can. So I think it's a race that's primed for upset, that one. As far as the play of the day, we'll go early, get the cash early. Thou Shall Sing will race well, Refined Treasure, and Very Sweet Orange. The caveat there is he does need to jump, but the QQP's there 3, 8 and 10.
OK, Chunghwa Spirit, race number 9 for me. I think we'll get an each-way price. He's a good each-way bet. I think the race will be run to suit Zach Purton, leaps back aboard. And Rookie Star, I think he'll go very well in race number 5. Actually got him on top. I think if the races run quite quickly, he'll definitely come into it. And House of Fun and Pavlovsky is the play of the day, the QQP there in the final race of the day.
Both of mine on the dirt here. Lucky Master, Barrier 1 into Class 4 for the first time. It might have been each-way price, but I think he'll win. A dashing dart, his first start on the all-weather. He should be perfectly placed from Barrier 3 with Tommy Berry in the saddle, and we'll work around him for the play 8, 9 and 10 QQP there. One thing we do need to mention before we finish, we've got a new jockey joining the ranks. Victor Wong making his way across.
Yep, he's treading the same path that was taken by Matthew Pune, of course, doing well in South Australia, coming here. 119 winners, so hopefully he'll ride a few here before the season's out.
Yeah, comes here with a £10 claim though.
Does, and he's fourth on the premiership over there, their jockey's premiership, so the trainers will be queuing up, I'm sure.
All right, well that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul, John and the rest of the team, hopefully we'll see you at Sha Tin on Saturday when we will be racing to win.
Goodbye.
Good night.